Well, happy Wednesday, everyone, and welcome back to Before the Four. I am digital host A.J. Wuest. Super excited to bring you all another Before the Four this awesome Wednesday afternoon. Now, if you are watching this on Facebook right now, and you're like, what is going on? Well, why is this guy just talking to me? Like, I'm very new to this. I want to thank you so much for spending a little bit of your Wednesday afternoon with me. This is Before the Four, so before our evening newscast, before our 4 p.m. show, I go on here on this live stream and I take you through WAFF's top stories each and every day. So I want to welcome you to Before the Four, and if you're a returning veteran, you already know this live stream is very interactive. Feel free to leave a comment. I can see them right here. And feel free to ask me some questions, and I can work to get those questions answered for you all. But yes, thank you so much for just spending a little bit of your Wednesday with me. It's a high honor. So let's dive into today's top stories. I am going to show you some clips from interviews I did today. It was a pretty busy day for me. I got to interview 2 people, and we'll go over all that in just a few minutes. And I'm also going to show you a little bit of the interview from yesterday because we were kind of pressed for time yesterday. So I'm going to show you yesterday's interview as well because that was a super awesome one. And we're going to go into yesterday's Facebook questions and responses because you guys had some awesome responses yesterday, and I was very upset I couldn't get to them. So we're going to go over all of that today. But let's go into today's top stories. The first story, it is confirmed by the National Weather Service that 2 new tornadoes have been confirmed from the storms, the severe weather just a few days ago here in the Tennessee Valley. That puts the total number of tornadoes that swept through the area at 18. And find out what those new tornadoes have been classified as in tonight's evening newscast. So stick around for that. You're not going to want to miss that. And also, speaking of tornado damage, Maple Hill Cemetery is back open after the severe storms. There were headstones damaged when those storms swept through last week. Area leaders are reaching out to family members for any of those headstones that are damaged. So that is another update for you all. And we are also learning that a man was arrested for damaging a cemetery up in Lincoln County just last week. And this is his mugshot right here. Let me pull that up for you all. Now that is Terry Johnson. This happened obviously during last week's severe weather scare when someone drove through a cemetery that damaged several headstones. Now police are saying that they believe more than just Terry Johnson allegedly damaged this cemetery, but that is the update we have for you all. But stick around for tonight's evening newscast for any updates on that situation up there in Lincoln County. And also Aria Pons, she is out in Rogersville today, reporting on the Rogersville Volunteer Fire Department. They recently became state certified as an advanced life support unit. So those volunteers up in Rogersville, they now provide all the services of a professional ambulance crew. So Aria has been there all day. She is actually getting ready right now to do her hit right outside of the station. So stay tuned for Aria Pons coming up in just a few minutes. And another story that 48 reporter Daquan Lee is on, he's been out in Limestone County today talking to school leaders about the new vape detection device that they've had installed in Limestone County schools. So he'll be talking to school leaders on what they believe this new device is and how effective the new device is. So stay tuned for Daquan Lee on that story as well. And, you know, we have to, well, actually, I have another story for you all. And we will be heading over to the website for this story. Wait, hold up. This is not the story I want to box 2, 5 mini. Not that one either. All right, you guys, you got to bear with me for 1 second. I have, that is not what I want. Let's see. Well, we are not seeing, for whatever reason, what I'm seeing on screen on this computer here. But I will go ahead and I will read you this really sad story. Dang, I'm moving everywhere today. You guys are getting the full-on station tour of the 48 Now area, so absolutely. But I'm going to read you this really sad story, and if you go to our website, WAFF.com, you can find this story. Now, the legendary baseball coach, William Booth, he passed away today at 79 years old. William Booth, he is the state's all-time winningest high school baseball coach, and he passed away earlier today. He's from Hartselle. William Booth, he died in his sleep just this morning at 79. Booth became the head baseball coach at Hartselle in 1987 and has served in that position until his death. Now, he compiled a 1,185 to 510 career coaching record through the 2023 season. And Hartselle actually released a statement earlier today, and I wish I could pull this up for you right now, but on the screen, but it's not loading. But Hartselle said, "It is with a heavy heart that we share the news of the passing of Mr. William Booth, a beloved member of our Hartselle Tiger family. For nearly 6 decades, Mr. Booth dedicated his professional life to the education and enrichment of his students. To learn more about his lifelong commitment to Hartselle, please see the recent Hartselle Educator Hall of Fame induction bill." And you'll just go to hartselletigers.org, and you can find that link here on our web story at waff.com, and pull up the William Booth story. But very sad story right there, and that is another update I want to bring to you all. But also, let's talk about the stories you just don't want to miss. So the new launch date for the Starliner, remember the last one got postponed. 3 signs of lung disease and when you should consult a doctor if you are a victim of any of these signs, and an awesome story about a lineman saving a truck driver's life. So those are just a few stories you're not going to want to miss in the 4 o'clock show, so stick around for that, and stick around for the evening newscast if you can't make the 4 o'clock show. But also, let's get into some of my interviews, some of the people I talked to today. And God, it was awesome. I got to talk with Leslie Ann Hyde. She is with the Southern Ghost Girls. And the Southern Ghost Girls are currently doing a May Mayhem ghost hunt out at the historic Huntsville Lowry House. And listen just a little bit on what Leslie had to say about it.
Of things here, but these are things that on our ghost hunts you will actually get to use equipment. These are just very simple pieces of equipment. We have a lot of equipment, the same things you see on television, on the ghost shows that people like to watch. This is just going to be an electromagnetic detector. It detects electromagnetic frequency. I also brought, this is called a REM pod. And we use the scientific equipment to help us get evidence. So how this works is it actually emits an electromagnetic field. And a lot of people feel that ghosts and spirits are energy. So if something comes into the space of this REM pod as it's laying, on the ground, or if we have it sitting somewhere, it's going to go off. It also detects like temperature changes. A lot of people, when they have ghostly experiences, will feel cold chills. Things will get very cold. So if there's something that comes into contact with this, or if the temperature drops, it's going to go off. So this is just some very simple, basic equipment that we use, but you'll get to use a lot of different cameras, SLS equipment, cameras, recorders, just all kind of cool things that, like I said, you see on television shows. So
that is, it's not even spooky season and I'm already spooked. But yep, that was Leslie Ann Hyde with the Southern Ghost Girls. Y'all come on out to the Lowry House this Friday at 7 p.m. and go on one of these ghost tours, one of these ghost hunts. It should be a super awesome time. It was awesome talking to Leslie today. And another person I got to talk to today, a local country singer, songwriter from Athens. He is only 19 years old. His name is Will Pashtian, and he came into the station today. And let's take a listen to just a little bit of what Will had to say today.
Yeah, that one. Sorry. So that song actually means a whole lot to me. I wrote it around this time last year.
I'll pause 1 second. So he is talking about his song on his latest EP, So Long Stevenson. He is talking about one of the tracks on there called Station 21. That is his first single, but I just had to throw that in there for context, and we shall continue right now.
And it was for a very good friend of mine. His name is Dylan McMahon, and he supported me in many, many ways. And when I started music, he was at every single show. And sadly, in April of last year, he was in a car accident and passed away. And I was just up at night thinking about him and his family, and I just started writing. And that's all I could come up with was, okay, we'll give this will be his song. This will be for his family. And so it meant a whole lot to me. Before we even released the song, I texted his mom and just made sure it was okay with his family. I was like, I want to release this as the first single off the album. Is that okay with y'all if we do this? Sent her the tracks, and she loved it. And I'm so thankful to be able to have done that for his family and keep his memory alive within that song in some way.
Wow. Yeah, and that was Station 21. Again, he was talking about very good song. I definitely encourage anyone who's watching at home right now to give the song a listen. Station 21, Will Pashtian. He is only 19 years old, y'all, and it was super great talking to him. And I'm sure I will be seeing quite a bit more of him moving forward. So that was super awesome. And also, if you're looking for something to do this weekend, and I ran a little bit of this yesterday, but I'm going to run it again just because it kind of got cut off. But if you're looking for something to do this weekend, head on out to the Limestone County Sheriff's Rodeo. Yesterday, I got to talk with Limestone County Sheriff Josh McLaughlin, and here is what Sheriff McLaughlin had to say about it.
So all the money that's raised from this goes back to the Limestone County Sheriff's Office. It goes into purchasing equipment, training, anything the Sheriff's Office may need that we don't get from the physical budget that we get from the County Commission every single year. And then, like in times past, we purchased bulletproof vests, we purchased protective vests for our COs, we had a firing range to train on, we purchased equipment for our SWAT team, vehicles have been purchased, so all that, all the proceeds from the event go back to the Sheriff's Office to buy the equipment that is very much needed to protect our officers or serve our community. So all the money that's raised from this goes back.
So yeah, again, that's where all the money that's raised for the Limestone County Sheriff's Rodeo, all the proceeds go to helping officers. So it is super awesome there. But that is all the time I have for Before the Four. Make sure you all stick around for the evening newscasts for any breakers. But with WAFF 48, I'm A.J. Wuest, and you already know I am on your side. Now you already know the drill. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a good night.